play is being performed by the Renaissance theatrical performers. The cast and Dr. Betty Jean Brown Jackson Park, the playwright, would like to thank the Morgan State University Alumni Association for sponsoring tonight's production. We would also like to thank the Morgan State University Choir under the direction of Dr. Nathan Carter for providing the music for the play. And equally important, we would like to extend to you, the audience, a very, very special thanks for being here tonight and for supporting our efforts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please sit back in your seats, relax, and join us on a 144-year journey, a journey which will provide many important insights into the roles and the images of Black mankind in these United States.
Delegates, Christian delegates, you can now be seated. Thank you. This first National Convention of Colored Men will now come to order. Welcome to Buffalo, New York. I'm your moderator for this morning session, and I'm the Reverend from Rochester Presbyterian Church. We have a good session going here, and at this time, I'm going to bring to you the main speaker this evening. An outstanding educator, the pastor of the Rochester at first, and now the Troy Negro Presbyterian Church. I bring to you Reverend Henry Highland Garnett.
Thank you for your warm welcome. I do appreciate the opportunity to deliver the speech at this, the first National Convention of Colored Men ever held. And I hope we can have a convention like this every year to discuss the problems affecting the Negro race. Amen. I'd like to begin my speech by saying that it is as wrong for your lordly oppressors to keep you in slavery as it is for the man thief to steal our ancestors from the coast of Africa. You should therefore now use the same manner of resistance as would have been justified by our ancestors when the first bloody footprint of the first remorseless soul thief was placed upon the shores of our fatherland. Brethren, the time has come when you must ask yourselves, it is an old and true saying that if hereditary bondsmen would be free, they must themselves strike the blow. You can plead your own cause and do the work of emancipation better than any others. Think of the undying glory that surrounds the ancient name of Africa. And forget not that you are native-born American citizens, and as such, you are justly entitled to all the rights granted to the freest. Think how many tears you have poured out upon the soil which you have cultivated with unrequited toil and enriched with your blood. And then go to your lordly enslavers and tell them plainly that you are determined to be free. They have no more right to oppress you than you have to oppress them. Tell them that all you desire is freedom. Nothing else will suffice. Do this, and forever after, cease to slave for the heartless tyrants who offer no other reward but strife and abuse. If they then commence worse of death, then they, and not you, are responsible for the consequences. You would far all die immediately than live to be slaves and entail your your wretchedness upon your posterity. Rather die free men than live to be slaves. If you would be free in this generation, here is your only hope. However much you and all of us may desire it, there is not much hope of redemption without the shedding of blood.
No, man, right.
If you must bleed, let it all come at once. We'd rather die free men than live to be slaves. Brethren, arise. Arise, strike for your lives and your liberty. Now is the day and the hour. Let every slave throughout the land do this, and the days of slavery are numbered. You cannot be more oppressed than you already have been. You cannot suffer greater penalties than you already have. Rather, die free men than live to be slaves. Remember, you are 4 million. Yes. And now, before we leave this convention, I ask you, stand, man. Stand. Bow your head. God Almighty, I ask you to bless these delegates and their families. Help them, Lord, help them to understand the importance of my message. Oh, and thank you, Lord, thank you for such a wonderful opportunity for fellowship. It is freedom that we want. And we call upon you, Lord, to let our oppressors set us free. Amen. Together let us sing. Go down. Go down. Hello.
To great camp meeting in the promised land. Oh, walk together, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, children, don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land.
Institution of slavery. The Negro is a slave because he is not a citizen of the United States, and also because he is inferior to the white men. Slaves are not persons, but property, and laws are needed to protect the ownership of such property, and also to protect white people against any danger that might arise from the presence of large numbers of Negroes. It is vitally important that slaves be maintained in a position of due subordination in order that the optimum of discipline could be achieved. Since they are slaves, it is not for Negroes to have any rights whatsoever. Slavery is absolutely essential to the survival and the prosperity of the white race. And it is good for both master and servant because it is a system of reciprocal service and mutual bond. Civilization itself depends on slavery.
No!
But slavery gives the white master class leisure time with which to develop its cultural interests. owned hundreds of slaves. And I can honestly say that the pickaninnies are happy with the way things are. They don't want anything to change. And any interference is a denial of the white man's liberties as guaranteed by the Constitution of these United States. And no one, especially these abolitionists, had any right to meddle in our affairs.
Let's go! Let me have her. Listen! Come here!
I used my publication, The North Star, to write about the evils of slavery. And later, as an abolitionist, I traveled throughout the United States to crusade against it. Why am I, Frederick Douglass, against slavery? Simply because it denied a whole race the equal rights promised to it by a just society. Under this peculiar institution, Negroes were robbed of their liberty and political freedom, denied wages, kept ignorant, beaten with clubs, and hunted down like dogs, and sold on the auction block. Separated from their families, weighed down with heavy iron chains, and forced to become completely submissive to their white masters. It was an evil system which was marked by blood, brutality, and death. Slavery is wrong and inhuman. Since it is a crime against God and man, it must be proclaimed and denounced.
next thing I know, Mouser John's telling us, get off this plantation. So, we went to the Freedmen's Bureau to get some help, you see. And things did get a little bit better till them there black codes comes along. We just like slaves again. Well, then there was some laws passed, you see, says we could vote. That's when my family moved to Georgia to get more work. When we get there, I hear some black men done become, what you call them, congressional. Yeah, congressional. Then, the next thing I know, that great black man, Frederick Douglass, died. And I heard some white folks talking about a man called Booker T. Washington, who had opened up a school for blacks in Tuskegee, Alabama. When he comes to speak in Atlanta in 1895, I was there to see him.
Board members of the exposition, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a man of Negro enterprise and Negro civilization, Booker T. Washington, president of Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama.
Governor Bullock, ladies and gentlemen of the board of directors of this exposition and citizens, 1/3 of the population of the South is of the Negro race. No enterprise that would set forth the material, the civil, or the moral welfare of this section can disregard this element of our population and reach the highest success. I must convey to you, Governor Butler, and ladies and gentlemen, the sentiments of my race when I say to you, in no way have they valued the manhood of the American Negro been more fittingly and generously recognized than by the managers of this magnificent exposition. And it has done it at every stage of its progress. It is a recognition that will do more to cement the relationship between the two races than any other occurrence since our freedom. A ship lost at sea sent up a signal. Water, water, we die of thirst. Send us water. And a friendly vessel immediately replied and sent back the signal to the unfortunate vessel, let down your buckets where you are. And this signal was sent a second time and a third time. And each time the friendly vessel sent back the signal, let down your bucket where you are. And at last, the captain of the distressed vessel did cast down his bucket. And when he cast down his bucket, he brought up water that was fresh and sparkling from the mouth of the Amazon River. To my race, who are now trying to, and depending upon, bettering their condition in a foreign land, or who underestimate the opportunity of cultivating a friendly relationship between themselves and the white man who are their next door neighbors. I would say, cast down your bucket where you are. Cast it down and make it friends in every manly way among people of all races who surround you. Cast it down in agriculture, cast it down in mechanics, cast it down in commerce, in domestic service, and in the profession. And in this connection, it is well to keep in mind that whatever other sins the South may be called upon to bear, when it comes to business, pure and simple, it is in the South that the Negro man is given a great chance. A chance in the commercial world. And in nothing is this exposition more eloquent than they are in emphasizing this change. Now, our great danger, our greatest danger, I think, lies in this, that in our attempt to make the great leap from slavery to freedom, we may overlook the fact that the masses of us are to live by the production of our hands. And we may then fail to keep in mind that we shall prosper in proportion as we learn to draw the line between the superficial and the ornamental and the dedues of life and the useful. We must learn to make this distinction. No race can